Boom. Alright, what's up you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about a few of my thoughts around the Decentraland versus Sandbox debate, battle of the metaverses, and I also want to talk to you about why I have been personally bagging up on both of these names over the past couple of days during the corrections that they've been seeing. I see some of you getting a little shook up when you see 5 minutes of downside, so keep in mind, you guys, the initial rally at the time of recording has not even happened a week ago. We are still so early on the metaverse trend. So if the price action has been scaring you a bit, perfectly understandable. Just keep in mind, you guys, we're still early and patience pays off, and that will be literal in this case, okay? So let's get into it, you guys. As always, we'll quickly go over some of the tabs I want to share with you, and then we'll dive on in front of us. TradingView, where we'll be taking a look at both Mana and Sand on the chart today, talking technicals. Mana looking beautiful right now, and of course, you guys know I am medium to long-term bullish on both of these projects for sure, but short-term, at the moment, it looks like we might be seeing some great price action. So hopefully, by the time you guys watch this, we'll see a nice little pop on top of the pop that we just saw like 20 minutes ago, okay? So we will be taking a look once again at Mana and Sand on the charts, but that is for the end of the video. The first thing I want to share with you guys is this quick article written by Investor Place, or I'm sorry, on Investor Place, written by Mr. Brendan Rearick. So shout out, credit where credit's due. Got to shout out the author because this is a very well written and thoughtful article that I thought was worth sharing with you guys for the purpose of this argument. Okay, so titled Sandbox versus Decentraland. SoftBank helps the Sand crypto give Mana a run for its money. So as you guys know, Mana is twice the size of Sand. At this time, Mana, they both correct a little bit, but for the purpose of this conversation, say Decentraland has about a $5 billion market cap, and Sandbox has about a $2.5 billion market cap. So Sandbox is just over half of Decentraland's size when they're about the same coin price, okay? So just keep that in mind. But this is big news for Sandbox, and as I just mentioned earlier, in the last video, if you guys caught that, I said that at that time, I did not hold any Sand. But after this morning, shouted this out in the newsletter and portfolio, of course, as well, I did decide to pick up some Sand this morning, and this serves as a very, very valid argument for why Sandbox could catch up to Decentraland in terms of market cap and maybe even surpass it over time. I will say right off the bat that I do still have a significantly larger position in Decentraland, and I do still favor that platform over Sandbox, just as the metaverse that I think is more aesthetically appealing and has more of a jump start, more of that first mover advantage in terms of a decentralized realm. So I will say, once again, right off the bat, still stand by Mana, still hold a larger position in Mana, but this is very exciting news for Sandbox, okay? And again, we'll read through this prior to jumping into the charts. Before we dive into Mana on the charts, I do want to read through this. So you know what? As I'm talking about this, as I'm talking through this, we'll read through this guy, dive into Mana on the charts, and then before we move on to Sandbox, we'll read through this and then close it out with Sandbox on the charts. All right, so that is the breakdown for the video. That's how we are rolling it out. But before we do, I gotta shout out a great organization by the name of Team C's. I'm sure that at this point in time, you guys have seen this on one of your favorite creators, YouTube creators channels. I was thinking about doing it when I first saw it about a week ago, and I was like, I don't know if I'd make much of an impact. So hopefully I do. But you know what? Even if I don't, I'm gonna donate for myself right now, you guys. We gotta keep the waves clean. I live in Hawaii. I was born and raised in Hawaii. Have lived here my entire life, with the exception of a few years. And my office. I'm fortunate enough to have an office. I'm looking at the ocean right there. I could probably throw a football right into that ocean. Little Napoleon Dynamite reference right there. But the ocean is literally like 100 yards away from me right now, you guys. Go jump in the water. Go dive almost every day after I record my video. And I know the importance, I understand the importance of keeping the ocean clean, okay? So, Team C's help us remove 30 million pounds of trash by January 1st of 2022. So far, 12.5 million pounds have been removed. That's amazing. For every dollar you donate, they remove a pound of trash. That's at least what they're saying. I will stand by that. I will trust them on that. And again, you guys, I will link this description down below. Go check them out. Go donate something. Go keep the waves clean, okay? And again, we're fortunate enough to be making a lot of money during a time when a lot of people aren't. But hey, we're lucky, we're fortunate, and put some of that good fortune to giving back to the planet and your environment. All right, so I'll make a donation right now. Wanted to do this live, and I figured it would be appropriate to do it in crypto. So I'm giving $100 in Bitcoin to Team C's. Donate now. See this go through. And of course, I did not link my Bitcoin yet, so this will likely just give me an address. I got that QR code. I guess I didn't technically give Bitcoin yet, but trust me, I will be sending this right after I finish this recording and then jumping in the water. So again, link down below. Just trying to give back. All right, so hopefully this does something. And yeah, that's the shout out. Please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it. If you're still bullish on Mana and Sandbox after these brutal 2 days of corrections, again, you guys, it's still early. Practice patience, okay? It will pay off. At least always know my money's on that, okay? So once again, let's read through this bad boy and then dive into Decentraland on the charts. Read through this, then dive into Sandbox. Decentraland, keep in mind, you guys, this was an excerpt in the newsletter that I sent out this morning. Little plug for that after this. Decentraland, Mana and Sand saw plus 15% plus corrections last night, and I took this opportunity to bag up on both. I mentioned my Mana purchase in part 1, but as I was writing this, I just decided to pick up some Sand as well. It's significantly smaller than my Mana position, but I figured I need to diversify at least a little to have some skin in the game. Mana isn't quite as textbook of a bull flag as it was last night, but it's definitely still in two-wave territory, and I still believe the next wave will be a tsunami. As I said previously, this metaverse trend is still in its infancy, and we're still very early, guys. Patience pays off when you know you have a good thing going. Literally, okay? So again, you guys, metaverse trend with everything going on with Facebook. We'll cover that a little bit in the article, so I don't want to rant too much about it now. It's important to keep in mind that this is still so early. This rally, although the correction seems like it's lasted for a lifetime, this rally happened less than a week ago, okay? And it has been a long week. But again, that's a good sign. Time's moving slow. More life to live. But anyway, we will be taking a look at the chart right after this. And again, you guys, just from a fundamental perspective, the metaverse trend, in my opinion, right now, with NFTs and everything, the metaverse trend is hands down, as a trend spotter. That's what traders do. That's what investors do. You spot trends. The metaverse is the largest trend and will be the most lasting trend for the foreseeable future and for the duration of 2021 going into 2022. Keep in mind, that's my opinion, but my job is to watch these markets. My job is to analyze these markets. Been in crypto for a long time, and I'm feeling very, very confident, okay? So I'll just leave it at that. If you guys want one of these bad boys, if you guys want to know when I'm buying more Mana, when I'm selling, when I'm taking profits on Mana, on Sand, on all the other coins we talk about on this channel, on crypto equities, if you want one of these newsletters with real-time updates, not real-time, but during trading hours updates, I should say, on what I'm doing, and again, throwing some charts in there as well, throwing some real-time analyses in there as well. Check out the complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link down below. 15 bucks a month or 40 bones for every 3 months, completely up to you. I think it's very worth it, but again, I'm very biased because it's my product, but I do work very hard at this. I do truly believe it's worth it, and I do appreciate it if you guys check that out. So once again, that's the first link down in the description. It means a lot if you do. If not, no worries at all. I appreciate your eyeballs right now. So take a look at Mana, read over this article, and then we'll close it out with Sand on the chart. So Mana, at the time of recording, is looking good. See, as I said in the last one, you guys, this reminds me a lot. You understand this if you've been following. If not, I'm sorry. This reminds me of the two Bitcoin mining stocks that we really kind of propelled my channel last year, that were Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital. We were watching those when they were honestly like the same price as Mana and Sand, like $2-3 is when we started following them. And if you guys know where they're at now, it's crazy. But Mana Sand remind me a lot about Riot and Mana, and it makes sense. Both up-and-coming Bitcoin miners, both at the time kind of monopolized the Bitcoin mining sector because they were the only players within that realm, okay? And Mana and Sandbox at this point in time, because it's so early, because we're still so early in the game, are that same thing. There are definitely going to be more of these to come, right? Keep that in mind. But as of right now, these two have that first mover advantage. These are the two. This is gold and silver, okay? This is the Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it makes sense to see these moving in tandem, right? In the last one, Sandbox was at like 315 and Mana was at like 290 something, right? But now we're seeing Sandbox at 265 and Mana at 256. So we're seeing that game of catch-up be played. And keep in mind, you guys, at some point in time, if one of these gets a huge investment, we're talking about the SoftBank investment, which is very bullish for Sandbox. But keep in mind, you guys, just from watching similar assets to this in the past, and what we're seeing now is just extra validation to that theory. It's likely that we are going to see a game of leapfrog be played for the foreseeable future over the course of this bull rally, over the course of all of this meta hype, metaverse hype. We will see Mana succeed, surpass Sandbox, and then probably see Sandbox pass Mana a little bit. I'm talking in terms of actual token price. Again, at some point in time, the fundamentals will catch up and one will surpass the other, likely for good. But until then, while the hype is still lingering, it's likely that psychology is going to come into play more than actual fundamentals. That's just the reality of these markets, of how things move during hype cycles. And I do think there is going to be a game of leapfrog played, so just keep that in mind. And right now, Mana is at the tip. I told you, I mentioned in this article that Mana wasn't looking as textbook bull flaggy. So I did post on Twitter last night and posted it in my Discord as well. You want to join the Discord? That link's down below as well. YouTube 25 for 25 bucks off exclusive access. Anyway, this is how I wanted the bull flag to play out, okay? This is what I was dreaming of. This is a textbook bull flag. Real nice base over here. Whole bunch of touch points on the hourly candles right in this region. And we did dip below that, but there is still hope. We still spent a good amount of time over here, as you can see on the ride up. This is where we saw some corrective movement prior to this parabolic rally to Mana's all-time high. And this is still in place. So it's nice to see that we have based out pretty significantly right in this region, just around 240, 250, nice psychological even as well. And again, you guys, I was bagging up all morning around like 240, so caught the bottom pretty nicely. Hopefully, again, maybe we go further down, but my guess is on no, because this still looks very bull flaggy to me, and if not, this looks still extremely too wavy to me. Okay, so on that last video I posted, I saw some people the next day like, nice second wave, nice second wave. You guys, I know things happen fast, especially in this market, but again, it hasn't even been a week. All right, give it some time. This pattern is the two-wave pattern is just a play on the bull flag, but it incorporates more psychology, which is especially relevant in hype cycles, okay? A lot of TA is just psychology just printed on the charts, all right? That's pretty much how I perceive TA. Anyway, second wave is coming. I talked about this in the last video, but I'll still mention it again. And I made this even more bullish just to show my conviction for this. So in the last one, I did like 210% or something, started from down here, but now I'm going to start from this base right here. So we saw that first move up. Mana saw a big move up, but in just the span of a few hours, Mana went from 90 cents to about $1.30. So jumped like over a 50% jump in a few hours. So I'm starting from there, from that first parabolic rally to this conservative high right here, not using this all-time high, but this high around $4.25. We'll call it $4.25. Which represents a 365% price increase. Again, this is ballparking it, but this is just kind of how things play out sometimes. Again, you can use fib sequences, you can use retracement sequences, but I'm doing this. I feel like this is equally as effective as both of those, just replicating the percentage rally that it saw on the first wave for the second wave. The second wave, again, most of the time, almost every time, is significantly larger than the first wave. So I do think that we can see a similar percentage gain, but obviously the token price, I was going to say share price, but the token price will be significantly greater. So 360% move up, be a little more conservative here, would bring us to about $11.50, okay? So that'd be beautiful. An $11.50 Mana would represent, what is that, like a 5x from here? Just under a 5x, 5x from current levels. And that'd be awesome. But again, $10, very significant psychological even. So I will probably start taking some profits, slowly but surely start reducing my position personally around the $8 to $9 region. But again, we'll see. Things can go parabolic. We see things go so ballistic so fast that again, it really comes down to how I'm feeling during the actual rally itself. But main thing is, you guys, I'm prepared for the rally when it happens. And if you guys feel the same, I hope you guys are as well. All right, so that is Mana. Again, we'll read through this. We got some stuff to read through right here, so sit back, grab a drink. Cheers if you do, and then we'll close it out on Sandbox, okay? So, Sandbox threatens to overtake Decentraland in value, bolstered by funding of SoftBank. As the metaverse becomes a more trendy investing space, there are a number of blockchain meta coins that are vying for decentralized dominance. Thanks to Facebook's rebrand to Meta, following their roadmap towards the ultimate goal of creating an expansive metaverse, meta coins like Decentraland are seeing vastly increased attention and properly huge gains. But there's another play that's stealing the spotlight from Mana called Sandbox. Thanks to a new investment, it looks like the Sandbox versus Decentraland battle is heating up still. On a basic level, metaverses are largely similar. They're virtual realms that add a third dimension to social media. Users can log into the metaverse and have a virtual hangout with friends, experience music festivals from the comforts of your home, or attend a meeting at a cyber representation of their company conference room. It's crazy. One of the members of my Discord, shout out to you, Island Life. You know who you are because I just shouted you out directly. Island Life created a little Waves Capital headquarters. Looks super sick. So shout out to you guys. It's just crazy. And he shared this in the Discord, the little mock of the Discord. Looks sick. And it's just so sick. It's so sick. Going for the hat trick, going for the three-peat. It's so sick that you can just create that. And again, one day, maybe the Waves fam, maybe Waves Capital will be a metaverse destination that the Waves fam can go meet up in and have some little fireside chats and whatnot, talk story. Decentraland and Sandbox each offer these bridges between online social connection and this physical realm, the metaverse, and they represent two of the largest blockchain metaverses. Okay. Also, I want to throw this out because that just reminded me, shouting out the Discord. I'm looking for a 3D graphic animator. Okay, a 3D animator. If there's any of you who do good plays good 3D animation, go in the comments below, and we'll get in touch. All right, just throwing that out there because I just remembered. Let's close it out with these two quick paragraphs. With a huge SoftBank investment, Sandbox versus Decentraland battle grows hotter. Now, a piece of news around Sandbox is making a rock-solid argument for Sand overtaking Mana in the Sandbox versus Decentraland fight. Reputable Japanese holdings firm SoftBank. So SoftBank, if you guys have been tuned into the channel, you guys would have heard this name a lot. Masa, the leader of SoftBank, is probably one of the most highly regarded angel investors in one of the most regarded angel funds in the world. They're very forward-looking. They caught a lot of very progressive plays early. They also have some stinkers, so keep that in mind as well. But SoftBank has been early on a lot of massive trends, so the fact that they're dumping this much capital into this space is very bullish, and they chose Sandbox as their horse in the race. Again, I will still side with Decentraland just because I like the interface more personally, but from an institutional investment perspective, and again, SoftBank, no joke at all. Go do some DD if you're not familiar with them. This is a very big cosign, and this is a very big stamp of approval from a very reputable, again, venture fund. SoftBank is making its own foray into the metaverse industry, and it's selecting Sandbox as its long-term holding. The firm raised $93 million in a Series B funding for the network, aiming to expedite its development. With this new rush of capital, Sandbox devs can push for more robust offerings like live music and new games for users. So keep in mind, you guys, Decentraland, they were talking about live music, but Decentraland, just a couple of weeks ago, if you saw that video in October, had that concert with Blau, Alice in Wonderland. Like, that's so sick. That's so crazy that they're actually doing that. And yeah, it's just, and right now we're seeing some sick price action again. Mana really doing some quick little game of catch up with Sand. So again, if Sand pulls back, I will probably buy some Sand. And there are a few other coins in the space that I'm looking at as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind too. Again, portfolio is going to see it first. Anyway, Sandbox right now, from a technical perspective, I'm going to be honest, looks almost certainly like it's going to go down, and this just reinforces once again that game of catch-up, that game of leapfrog that these two will be playing, because Mana looks great. Mana looks like it's about to break out of a massive bull flag, and Sandbox is setting a lower high. It has broken the nice ascending channel that it was previously in, and in all honesty, I'm very, very confident that Sandbox will come down to about $2.40, okay? So the reason for that, just a reversion to the mean, simple tactic. Again, if you guys have been around, you would have heard me say that a lot. When you're playing hype cycles, reversion to the mean, which means a revisiting of the prior high of that rally, pretty much happens every time, right? We saw Mana, we saw Decentraland, see that huge rush. We saw that big move up, and now it's seeing that correction. Now it's based out. So Sand. Gosh damn, I keep mixing these up. Sandbox. So Sand right now is not printing a bull flag. Looks a little weird, But I do think that this is still in the very early phases of a very significant rally. Again, the SoftBank news is very huge. It's making me personally more bullish. And I do think it's very likely that sand comes down to about $2.40, okay? So the reason for that, once again, reversion to the mean. It broke the uptrend. It is seeing a short-term correction. Once we revert to the mean, I think it's back off to the races. I think this thing has a very bright future ahead of it. I think both of these, as I'm sure I've implied at this point, have a very bright future. I think both of these will easily see double digits by the end of this short-term rally. Potentially by the end of 2021 going into 2022. It would honestly surprise me if both of these weren't $10 plus. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens on both. And I'm the most excited to record these videos. Like other videos I make talking Bitcoin miners, talking other cryptocurrency projects are fun. Always enjoy those. But lately, obviously the views help and the engagement helps. So I appreciate it when you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That does a lot for obviously the business aspect of this. But these have been super fun. I appreciate you guys for engaging. And again, it's been a while since I've been this excited about a crypto project and this bullish on a crypto specific project and on a macro trend that is the metaverse, just because it's so damn new. Okay, so again, you guys, keep in mind, patience is a virtue. Patience pays off, especially in the market that we're in, especially in the realm and the occupation we find ourselves in as traders, as investors. So again, just stay rational, stay grounded, do your best to make the best decisions you can. Don't FOMO into anything, and don't FOMO sell out of anything either, okay? Just keep your eyes on the prize, and we'll close it out there. Again, if you guys want to know what other coins I'm looking at, again, when I'm picking up Mono, when I'm picking up Sand, that is going to be the first link down below. Like the video, subscribe if for some reason you're watching. I appreciate you a lot, but if you're not subscribed, I don't know. Please subscribe, you guys. It really means a lot. Again, drop in the comments down below. Which of the two do you like more? Which of these are you more bullish on? Which do you hold the bigger bag of? And if you're bullish on other coins in the space, let your boy know. I'll always love the insight. I appreciate your guys' input and insights, and I look forward to catching you guys downstairs in the comments. Shout out to Team C's once again. I'll send this Bitcoin right now after I cut this out. So I'm gonna go do that. Until next time, always remember, you guys, take action, make waves. Peace.